What up, you guys? Slim of Team Purple Panda here, back with my next video, like I described in my intro to my new channel. And this video is going to be on these guys. Yeah, that's right, Gravekeepers. One of the best decks of the format, one of the most consistent, and one of the most hated decks of the format. Before I even get into that, this video is of course about Gravekeepers, like I mentioned, but it's also an apology, and the apology is this. To every Gravekeeper player that has commented on my videos over the course that they were up on YouTube and mentioned how Gravekeepers destroys like Infernities with Necro Valley and destroys, a lot of the deck ideas, a lot of the strategies that I was trying to promote, and just in general saying Gravekeepers are the best. I said the complete opposite. I said they were, they're garbage, and oh, they're not that good, and oh, I can beat them, and it was kind of true to an extent. With the Machina stun, I had no problem beating them, as Fortress was its own targeting effect. Necro Valley didn't hurt me at all, so I was very successful with that. Infernities were another story. A lot of people didn't know, but I did have a hard time against them. I did pack 2 Dust Tornadoes, 2 MSTs, the Trunate, enough destruction to get rid of Necro Valley and get my combos off, but it wasn't without a lot of effort. And recently, I wasn't sure what to run at the last regionals. I was debating between Fish FTK and Samurais. And I had already gotten one of my invites to nationals with 6 Samurais back when you could run 3 gateways. Of course, yes, it was extremely sacky. You open double gateway, your opponent can't come back. But I had decided I wanted to try something different, and my friend Lee said, "Why don't you try Gravekeepers?" And of course, my first impression was like, "You've gotta be kidding me. I hate Gravekeepers. There's no way I'm going to play them." And I kept playing with Fish because I was stubborn, and I got my ass kicked a lot because the consistency was just not there for the original Fish FTK. If you didn't have potted dualities in it, or if you didn't have what you needed, it was very hard to set up and go off. So I decided, alright, I'll give Gravekeepers a try, since they're really not that expensive, and since the Merrick deck provided with pretty much the core of the deck. The only thing that was kind of hard to get was the recruiters and the the Royal Tributes. So I did get the whole deck, and I can thank my teammate Vaughn for that. He helped me get the rest of the deck, and I play tested with it, and I did pretty well. I pulled off the Tribute combo, and I won a couple games. And it wasn't until like the last couple days before the regionals that I realized that, wow, I was wrong. This deck is really, really good, and it's consistent, and it really makes it a good matchup against a lot of decks, because 6 Samurai were running rampant, and it was really hard to defeat them, and I wasn't sure how I was going to fare against them. I was actually worried when I got to the regionals, playing them, because I had only played Lee a couple times, and he won the majority of those games. When I won them, I opened with like double warning and just enough to protect myself, and I didn't feel that was that good. I felt, I got lucky. So when I got to regionals, I was kind of worried that, oh man, if I play Sam's, I'm in trouble. And I thought, this might not be the deck for me, but it's a little too late. I fill out the deck sheet, we'll just see what happens. And ended up making the cut again to the top 32, and I got another invite with Gravekeepers. My only losses were to Justin Triaz, who was also running Gravekeepers. He's a really good player and really cool guy, and he is an extremely good player. He got the best of me in those 2 games, and I have no problem losing to him, so no hurt feelings there. I wish him much success if he goes to Nationals. He's a really good player, and he deserves to be there. My other loss was to a member of Team BAM. I don't remember your name, and I apologize, but your Frog Monarchs were really good running Tengu, and having the effect Veilers, opening with effect Veilers, like, really shut me down because my spy got negated, and it was really hard to bounce back from a Caius, and when you don't have back rows and I open with 2 MSTs, it's kind of like my hand just got reduced to 3, and it's really bad. But yeah, you won that game, and that was another loss that I had no problem with. And the only other loss was to Empty Jar, and they opened with the OTK game 1. Game 2 I actually won. I held them off enough. I stopped the Morphing Jar. But he got me game 3. He opened perfectly. I could not do anything, and I cannot have hard feelings at that. I lost to Empty Jar, and I had to accept it. So that's what happened at the last regionals in San Jose, and yeah, but Gravekeepers, they are amazing, and I'm gonna just give a little what's a word, tutorial for people who who don't know like what's going on. But Necro Valley. The importance of this card is, I think, underlooked. This card makes Gravekeepers for so many reasons. The first reason, the Grave effect. You can barely do anything. You can't reborn. You can't call. You can't. What is it? You can't value. You can't do a lot. It hurts plants, I know, a lot, and it hurts chaos decks, and anything that relies on removing the graveyard is not allowed to under it. So it's a very powerful card, but personally, I liked it because of the 500 attack point boost. Now, a lot of people are thinking, oh, 500, who the hell cares? But that alone will turn these two, Spy and Recruiter, who are 1200 attack, which is really not that great, for a level 3, level 4, and you do flip Spy most of the time unless it gets run into, and under Necro Valley, its defense becomes 2500, its attack becomes 1700. 1700 is a decent beat stick that can win a lot of games. And that goes second for Recruiter. Recruiter, of course, everyone knows is our Witch of the Black Forest for Gravekeepers, and an amazing card. And its 1500 defense goes up to 2000, and unless you have a Monarch or a Cyber Dragon or something stronger than 2000, it's very hard to get over this. The 1900 decks have a hard time. The Geminis and the Thunder Kings, they have a hard time getting around this under Necro Valley. And also, its attack becomes 1700 when under Valley, so it becomes a beater. So it's really good, and Necro Valley has been overlooked for, I think, that effect, and that effect makes the deck extremely good against most meta decks. Another thing I want to talk about is that the whole play Necro Valley followed by a Royal Tribute. This play has gotten the most hatred in this game that I've seen in a really long time, because it is extremely simple, and it is a big disadvantage to your opponent depending on what they draw when they open. You go Necro Valley, you go Royal Tribute, they discard almost their whole hand depending on how many monsters are in their hand, and then under Necro Valley they can't get them back. They can't Pot of Avarice, they can't Reborn, so they're kind of stuck, and you wonder, God, what are you going to do? How do you come back from that? And I personally feel, yes, it's a good play. Yes, if I open with it, I will do it. I don't feel it makes Gravekeepers, though. I feel Gravekeeper players know that they should be able to win without Royal Tribute. The effects of the other monsters, specifically Descendant is amazing, and Assailant, who is, I think, sometimes for me, the MVP of my deck, because this was my answer to 6 Samurai. They go Sheehan, I go Summon Assailant, shift it to defense. I believe Sheehan has like 1400, run over it, it's gone. You can't reborn it, you can't double edge. And Assailant is amazing, and I only run 1, but I might actually up it to 2 because I like having this card, so it's a really good card. Yeah, so I think Royal Tribute is really good. I'm not going to lie and say it's not. I'm not going to say that you're an amazing player if you pull it off and you win the game. I feel that the game should be played with more skill, and Royal Tribute kind of just adds to that. Depending on how you play Tribute. I'm known to set Royal Tribute a lot, and I do. I don't rely on it to win. I rely more on my skill and my beat sticks under Necro Valley to win. So that's what I feel makes a good Gravekeeper player. Everyone knows, the simple combo. You flip Spy, you get your Descendant, you get your Recruiter, you pop Recruiter, you pop a card on the field, probably the back row most of the time. And then you search and you add cards to your hand, and I mean you just plus, and that's why Gravekeepers are so good. They're so consistent, and they're really they're not liked that much in this format. And it's simple because they do beat Samurais. They do. I had 2 matches at regionals, and I was able to 2-0 both of my Samurai players. They played really well. I opened really good, and I was able to win. And my side deck was also set up for Samurais, as I'm sure everyone's side deck is. Kinetic Soldier and Puppet Plant really ruin a lot of plays. Fossil Dyna ruins a lot of plays. So that's just something that's just standard for players these days. With this deck, I feel there's so much more it can do past Necro Valley Royal Tribute, and I continue to use it and hopefully find new ways to win, whether it be through my traps or through just smart playing. I'm known to set Assailant and never set my Descendant. It only has 1700 under Valley, but I set a lot of my other cards. And I think my favorite play most of all is probably summoning him under Necro Valley. Now I know what you're thinking. This is your pitcher. You're commanded to get Necro Valley. But I look at him as he's 1600 defense, 1600 attack, excuse me, 1500 defense. He becomes 2100. That's pretty good for a 4-star. And he gets in there and he does work. 4 attacks from him, your opponent loses if they're direct attacks. So he's really good. And I think Commanded is overlooked for his beat stick ability. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys, that I feel that all the Gravekeepers deserve their own little homage, if you want to call it, because they all do something amazing. And it's just a really good deck. It's powerful and it's consistent. And I mean, consistency is big these days. So yeah, that's what I feel about Gravekeepers. I also feel that how you set up your traps is important. I feel that running 2 to 3 Deep Prison, 2 to 3 7 tools is not uncommon anymore. Austin Coleman, Jonathan Weigel, the ones that were able to top at Anaheim with Gravekeepers, and then Weigel again at the next event. They all ran like double, triple Deep Prison, double, triple 7 tools, and they do work. Deep Prison's amazing, removes your problems. 7 tools, I can't even say enough against 7 tools. I'd have to make a whole video talking about 7 tools. Stopping Warning, stopping Judgment, stopping Mirror Force, stopping Bottomless, everything you need to stop to get to your win. It's great, and it tools and other tools to win. Great card, and it's just all about how you set up, and just depending on what your tech choices are. I personally like the Gravekeeper Guard and the Gale in the main deck. I feel Gravekeeper Guard throws people off. It's 2400 defense under Necro Valley, does a lot. And Gale, it's half ability. I mean, that's amazing. You stop Sheehan, like right there. It goes to 1250. You run it over, they take 50. Their monster's gone. If you're under Necro Valley, you can't get it back with Double Edge or Reborn. So that's something else. Gale's amazing. I didn't even synchro in 9 rounds. I didn't synchro once. And yeah, I don't even know why I had a synchro deck. I took all this time getting Trishula and everything, and I never even used them, so it's kind of weird. But Gravekeepers are great. That's basically what I have to say. And once again, apologize to anyone who ever said the Gravekeepers were bad, because I take it completely back. They're an amazing deck, and they don't deserve all the hatred they get. Granted, a lot of decks have a hard time against them, but you know, if you're a skilled player, you should be able to get around the problems that they have, because they're not perfect. You can draw really bad and lose. I had a couple games even yesterday. I drew garbage and I lost really badly to Sands, and I lost really badly to X-Sabers. So it all depends on how you play, and depends on how you look at this game. If you make bold plays like other players do, like I'll set Assailant, I'll set anything under Necro Valley and not really worry, because with a beefed up defense, it can get past a lot of things and throw off your opponent's plays. And I think that's the key that makes a really good Gravekeeper player. So that's about it. That's all I had to say, I think, in this video about Gravekeepers. People who build them, you know, continue to make them. I hope the list doesn't hurt us too bad. I mean, if Royal Chibi gets hit again, I mean, you know, we're good players. We can play without it. If Recruiter gets semi-limited, okay, we could put in maybe a second Assailant or put in something else. You know, we don't really take a loss unless something really gets hit and gets, like, banned. But the deck's really good, and I hope that it will continue to do well in this format, if not win Nationals, or Tengu or something in the meta right now. But yeah, please comment, subscribe. I'm really trying to push this YouTube channel thing. I've just started, but I hope to get some subscribers and just continue to make more videos, because I really do love this. And don't forget to PM me with ideas that you want to see, because I will do them. Very open to that. So please subscribe. Please subscribe to Death Aspect Blog, 3Z Inferno, and to, of course, Team Purple Panda. And that's about it, I think. So we'll continue to play Gravekeepers, and if you don't like Gravekeepers, I'm sorry I made this video, but they are a good deck and they deserve their homage. And if you can beat them, then more power to you, and vice versa. So yeah, thank you for watching.